know I'm repeating over and over, but this is important. You're our generation. I want to see you succeed. I want you to, I'm going to give you my phone, and I want to see when you graduate. I want to hear about you, what you doing.
It is always right to do the right thing. Even now as I stand here, I see a lot of potential. I'm not going to repeat what Sister Holmes has said, but get into your spirits that it's your responsibility to make the difference. I'm not going to make the difference for you because I'm trying to make the difference for me. Now, if you pick up on what I'm trying to do and it makes a difference in your life, so be it. But I can't control you. I can't make you say this is wrong, this is right. But I can encourage you to do the right thing.
I was sitting down and watching the news, the evening news with my parents. I was probably 7 and 8 years old, and I was watching the police sicking the dogs on older ladies and men and children and putting the hoses on them and blasting them down the street. And I couldn't understand what was going on. And, why are they doing this to these elderly people? And they explained it to me is that they were trying to keep them from voting. They're exercising their rights to vote and their other civil rights.
And my generation was the one, our big cause was getting the United States out of the Vietnam War, because all of our friends were going to be next in line to go over there, because they were turning 18, they were the ones getting their draft cards, and they were the ones whose numbers were going to get called up, and we were going to have to say goodbye to them maybe forever. So we would show up at school, find out where the rally was, and then go to the rally. We'd come to the steps of the school. Okay, where's the rally? Columbia University, and we'd take the train uptown. And we'd go and we'd hear the speakers, and we'd go on the marches, downtown, uptown, crosstown. And we'd stand, we had our little encampment very often at the bottom of Central Park, West 59th Street, Columbus Circle. If you've been to New York, you might have been around that circle. And we'd stand at the gates of the park and we'd sing protest songs. I mean, we were performing arts high school. This is what we're supposed to do, and do skits. Sometimes we had stuff thrown at us, because, people, you're anti-American, blah, 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 But our hearts were there to the point that we weren't going to school that day. We were going to the protest rally.
Who you associate with? Who gives you good advice? When I first went, this just came up my mind. When I first went in my first teacher job, they told me they couldn't hire me. And I had my degree, I had taught school. They couldn't hire me. I came home with my husband and I just cried like a baby. And he said, dry your tears up. And he says, let's take some real action. So what I did, I went into industry. But what I did do is that I ran for the school. When I ran for the school, I didn't think I was going to win young people. But I was mad, I was angry, I was upset. Because they wouldn't, put me on the board. Well, this little black lady won. That's where it started.
And I remember the day that Martin Luther King was assassinated. I remember that day because we were driving home in the car from a debate team. I don't know if we had a meet or a practice, but my mom was driving the car and we heard it on the car radio. And my mom started crying so hard that I thought we were going to crash. I said, pull over, pull over, pull over. And we pulled over to the side of the road and we just cried and cried and cried till we didn't cry anymore, and then we crept home.
But there's hope. So I didn't come here to preach. I know I could be a preacher one day when I grow up. But I come give a good word that there's hope and you're in charge of your own destiny. There's some things here going on in Hayes High School. I know, I hear. I mean, I'm not deaf. But what are you going to do about it? Belong to a project like this? unity. And then I'm gonna take on this side here. My young white sister, over here. I'm encouraged that you want to be in the midst of this colorful group, because you're colorful too. And you added into the mix. Allies. We need allies. Okay?
You know, you overcome all these little things that are thrown at you. It's no different than anything else obstacles that you encounter in everyday life. You know, you walk around it, you find a way to overcome it and keep on moving forward.